Good morning, Guy. I was talking to a gentleman from 47G in Utah this weekend. He was saying what an amazing job you did at your presentation prior to the holidays. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, oh, absolutely. It was a very interesting crowd composed of VC investors, also Department of Energy, Department of Defense, try to attract strategic minerals players in Utah to work with them, different fronts. It was a full day session, and we were one of the 5 presenters there, the only Scandium project being presented, thanks to you. And we definitively attracted their mind to us and the possibilities and the short term of a North American only source of supply.
And of course, Scandium Canada is the most, as your cell line says, is the most exciting hard rock scandium project in the world. How about you tell our viewers a little bit more about Scandium Canada and why this is such an exciting project?
Yeah, well, Scandium Canada owns the mining rights, 100% of mining rights of the unique primary source of scandium in the world, let alone the fact that it's a very large, still open in all directions project with mine. All scandium in the world comes as a byproduct from something else being mined. So always trailing behind and not always feasible to expand. Being a primary source of scandium, we can definitively be the cornerstone of development of any large manufacturer of aluminum-scandium alloys or aluminum alloys that wants to incorporate scandium for its properties in its products. So, and as a matter of fact, it's the only one in the world, but it's also located in North America. So it gives us a big advantage geopolitically and obviously, I would say, safe country to be working on a mining project.
And of course, you also have a partnership that we were discussing prior to this interview. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that's going?
Well, we, as any industrial mineral, specifically scandium, it's difficult to obtain financings from usual funders of mining project because everybody wants to, it's always a chicken and egg. Yeah, Guy, is there a market? You put us pro format, but we want to make sure that there's a market out there before we invest all of the capex that is required to move the project ahead. So our main target is to identify and sign offtake. I would say it's too early to sign offtake agreements, but it's definitively the right time to sit down with large potential end users to try to secure I would say, call it a collaboration agreement, which is much more advanced than a usual MOU or LOI that we oftenly hear on the market by junior companies. So we have not yet announced any signed deal, but I can guarantee you that we are in discussions with a couple of them, all very interesting and relevant for the development. And I would say the confirmation to the market that our project in particular is of great value and interest for large end users of scandium.
Well, of course, in addition to that, you're not just an exciting scandium and rare earth project in Quebec, you also have a technology. Can you tell us a little bit more about your technology?
Well, same thing I was referring to. You need to confirm market. In our way of trying to develop market and confirm market for the past, I would say 3 years, Scandium Canada has been involved in the development of specific alloys to be able or to be amenable for 3D printing, which is a very interesting niche market, maybe 20, 30 tons per year for specific applications. And we were successful. After 3 years of work with McMaster University in Ontario, we finally filed a patent application to protect 2 specific modified scandium aluminum alloys. And now we are at the pre-commercialization phase of these product, working hand in hand with some end users in different industries to prototype with them and do some some printing of their parts, having them independently confirm the properties of the finished product, and after that, be ready to start commercialization of these powders. That's advancing well. We announced last November that we were trying to, not trying, but we will be modifying the structure of the company, putting in a separate company, a subsidiary of Scandium Canada, the IP, and be able to attract investors that were not otherwise being interested in invest in the development of a mining project to the feasibility study stage, because for them it's too early. But it's definitively the right time for some investors, large investors, to come and support the commercialization start of that of these powders, and obviously fund additional development of new products on the side of this. As a matter of fact, we're working. I think we already discussed in the past, but we're working on an extrusion project for aluminum frames, and that's moving also in the right direction. And a couple of exciting development projects that will support, at the end of the day, the basis of the feasibility study of the Crater Lake project, because the pricing and the quantities of these products will justify and reassure the market of the financial model at the base of a feasibility study. So we had to kind of, I would say, develop the market or wake up some people on the interest of this product, Scandium, I mean, and that's going well. Not fast enough for me, of course, but it's at least it's moving in the right direction.
Well, and this is something I don't usually ask CEOs when I interview them, but you have an amazing background. And I often tell investors, find out more about the CEO. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and the reason why people like myself are going, hey, Guy Bourassa is running this play. So definitely watch what he's up to. Can you tell us a little bit more about your background and why you know that you're going to get this to the next level?
Sure. Well, I'm a lawyer by background. I've been a lawyer, until 2011, when I decided to absolutely concentrate myself on the development of mining project. At that time, I had founded and started the Nemaska lithium project, which I was involved for about 12 years, starting from a historical showing to the largest spodumene project in Quebec, and I would say in Canada, developing new technologies for producing, I would say, a greener carbonate and hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, raised $1.6 billion. But to do that, we were able to identify the markets, identify the players, sit down with them, and sign. I negotiated personally 6 large offtake agreements for 75% of the output, expected output of the Nemaska lithium plant. At the point, was able to negotiate the impact benefit agreement with the First Nation, the Cree Nation of Nemaska. Was able to, I would say, build from zero to about 125 employees. That company bringing along all the specific talents that we needed. So when I looked at Scandium Canada, I said, okay, we're about like if we were a very early lithium play back in 2010, 2011. So what I brought to Nemaska Lithium at the time to develop up to the start of construction, I definitively can bring it to Scandium Canada. And as you see, and as I was just referring to, we have developed specific products to be able to be the leader in that development of scandium. And since we sit on the largest primary source, that definitively helps. As a matter of fact, within a month when I came in, we already had finalized negotiation and signing of the the pre-development agreement with the Naskapi Nation of Kawawachi-Kamak, just near of Schefferville, on which traditional land our project is located. So that's why I do believe that I belong there, and I do believe that in the short term we're going to be able to show the market the value of this project and how it's seen by international end users.
Well, we understand, Guy, of course, that you're going to be at PDAC. What will be your goals at PDAC, and what are some of the highlights that you're looking forward to?
Well, at PDAC, we don't have a booth this year. We're gonna be more organizing one-on-one meetings and specific group that we already have connections with. But I think that PDAC for us, except for or aside from meetings organized with the people we already have relationship with, is I would say other countries. Other countries for establishing contact with their either government or funders or specific critical mineral, strategic mineral, specific funds to accelerate the development of these strategic minerals. So it's a good place to be for 3-4 days, one-stop shop where all the countries have their booth. Listening, well, we have a presentation on our our new alloys development. So just go out there, shine, and try to attract as many people as possible to this unique situation.
Well, of course, you have an excellent website. So for those of you who are interested in finding out more about Scandium Canada, please go to their website. And Guy, it's lovely to see you. We look forward to seeing you at PDAC.
It will be my pleasure, Tracy. Thank you. Have a nice day.